Hello, all you sports fans. This is 93.2 WBN Sports Radio. We're going to talk about a couple topics today. We're going to talk about Tim Tebow. We're going to start with that right now. Tim Tebow trade. He was on the Broncos, had a magical year. We've seen what he did against the Bears, the Jets, a number of teams. But he was traded this offseason because of Peyton Manning being signed to the Broncos. The Jets received Tim Tebow and a 2012 second rounder, and the Broncos received 2 6th-rounders. So Matt Kerrigan, Kian, Brod next. So what do you think about this Tim Tebow trade, Matt?
I think it's a bad thing for the Jets. I mean, they have Sanchez, who already can't throw a pass very well. Now they have Tebow, who can't throw a pass at all. So I'm interested to see how it works out with these two bad quarterbacks.
Well, I'll have to disagree on that because the value in this 2 6th-rounders, it's barely anything. And Tim Tebow, you see what he did. Even though he's not the greatest thrower at quarterback, he really has dynamic clutch and he can take a team to victory. So, I mean, I think it's good value. Mike Tannenbaum, the GM of the New York Jets, said Mark Sanchez will always be our starting quarterback. But I don't know if Tim Tebow can sneak in there. Do you think Tim Tebow will get the start, Keon?
Honestly, I think so. Yet, as you know, right after that trade, Mark Sanchez actually got a new 3-year contract with the Jets, and then they traded Tim Tebow there. But I also want to point out that I think this trade was actually bad for the Broncos because, as you know, they don't have as strong of a quarterback situation, and to have Brady Quinn back up Peyton Manning, I don't think that's a really good move.
They drafted the young quarterback from Arizona State, Brock Osweiler. In the draft, he could be a potential replacement, but still, I think Peyton Manning could have groomed Tebow, maybe made him a better quarterback in the future, but it's still good value for the Jets. Maybe he'll take over, maybe Sanchez, he's been struggling the last couple of years. But let's go hit the phone lines for a caller. We've got Mitch in San Francisco. Mitch?
What's up? My name's Mitch. Been listening to your show for a while, and I was wondering, do you think Peyton Manning will return to his form that he had in Indianapolis?
That's right.
I mean, it's hard to say. He's been out for a year, but he's been training hard. And the Broncos are going to tailor the offense to him, not to anyone else.
Yeah, I think personally with Peyton Manning, he's very old. He just got past this big neck injury. I think he's not necessarily in his prime, but I think he's a very good quarterback. He might lead the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos defense is getting better by the day and better. But let's go to the NBA. We're going to talk about Jeremy Lin, who RFA offer sheet for Houston Rockets, 3 years, $25 million. New York Knicks opted not to match it, and instead they did a sign and trade for point guard Raymond Felton. So, Keon, what do you think of this whole deal with Jeremy Lin? Do you think he's worth this big deal for Houston? Or
yes,
is it too much to
I would say he deserves this because if you know about during the season, Jeremy Lin used to be a Rocket. But the Rockets decided to cut him because they didn't think he had the talent. So honestly, with this $25 million, I think this is a sorry and a thank you card from the Rockets. So.
Do you think he's worth the price for after that magical year, just like Tim Tebow? Do you think it's too much to lose for the Knicks? Or do you think Raymond Felton will
There's not too much to lose for the Knicks because that third year would really hurt them with the luxury tax. Knicks, but I mean the Rockets aren't really losing with this. They're signing a decent point guard who they have had in their system before, and the Knicks are getting new faces in their backcourt.
Yeah, so basically, I think it's going to be good for the Rockets, but we're going to have to talk about that later because we are out of time for today. For Keegan Broad next and Matt Kerrigan, I'm Byron Tellefson. Good night.